Lawyers for collapsed cryptocurrency exchange FTX painted a grim picture for customers' chances of recovering their money today. It was the first day of bankruptcy hearings for the company. That sudden failure left an estimated 1 million creditors facing losses totaling billions of dollars. Bankruptcy attorney Jim Baer joins us now to take us through just what we've learned about what went wrong here. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. A lawyer for FTX today laid out a corporate history in which the owner, Sam Bankman-Fried, ran a sprawling corporate empire like his, quote, personal fiefdom. Can you tell us more about how the company was run and how that likely contributed to its sudden downfall?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, we've seen that cryptocurrency has not been regulated in a material way. And because there is so little oversight, there's really room for abuse to take place.
And Bankman-Fried gave up control of the company when it filed for bankruptcy. It's now under the control of John Ray, who many of us will remember him because he also oversaw the unwinding of Enron. Here's what he said about FTX in a sworn declaration. "Never in my career have I seen such a complete failure of corporate controls and such a complete absence of trustworthy financial information as occurred here." Worse than Enron, put that in context for us. How big of a mess here are we talking about?
We're talking about a big mess. We've seen a movement to deregulate a lot of industry, and we've created essentially a perfect storm in the last few years, because at a time when the government kept interest rates at an artificially low level and there was tremendous access to capital, coupled with the rise of cryptocurrency, where the SEC basically took a position to stay back, we see an opportunity for these massive, what I would call Ponzi schemes, to take place, where all this money is brought in like into a bank, and essentially with no regulation and no insurance get taken out. And unfortunately, it leaves the million customers holding the bag.
And so this really is, I mean, you said it right there, a Ponzi scheme, right? And bigger even than Bernie Madoff, right?
I want to be careful, right? Innocent until proven guilty, but certainly the circumstantial evidence looks like it was a Ponzi scheme. They usually don't start out that way. When we get involved in these types of situations, what we find is often people get a little careless, they get a little behind, they need a little liquidity, they take a little money out thinking they're going to put it back. Unfortunately, the hole gets a little deeper and deeper, and then it gets beyond their control.
And the goal in Chapter 11 is generally to rehabilitate the company, but FTX advisors have already warned that they are facing extra hurdles to revive a failed crypto firm for the first time. Tell us about the challenges here.
What's unusual here is when you file Chapter 11, the thought is that you are going to restructure the company and come out the other end with a viable business. When you're dealing with something like cryptocurrency here, I'm not sure there's going to be anything left at the end of the day to restructure.
And so anybody who invested with FTX, they're just out, potentially.
Potentially. That's the sad part of this, and hopefully we will learn from this. In the same way we learned when there were runs on the bank, we came up with FDIC insurance. And so when people put their money into a bank, the federal government stands behind it.
And apart from bankruptcy, does Bankman-Fried also face possible criminal liability here for his handling of the company?
Absolutely. In the same way you referred to what happened with Madoff, if it is proven that actual criminal activity took place, meaning that money was taken out and spent with no ability to do so, and was used for other ends, like he put it into other entities he used or otherwise, there's no question that he could be facing criminal liability.
Jim Baer, president of CMBG Advisors, we thank you so much for your expertise. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.